There are characters I met when I was 10, and somehow they never really left me. They're not real, they're made of polygons, pixels, and code, but they feel like people, like memories. I laughed with them, fought beside them, watched them grow, watched them die. And in some strange way, they shape who I am. Welcome to the Whys of Gaming, and this is why we connect with the video game characters. This is the weird magic of video games. Unlike books or movies, we don't just watch these characters. We become part of their world. We make choices with them. We carry their burdens. And when their journey ends, it feels like losing a friend. So why do video game characters feel so real to us? Why do we get attached to people who don't even exist? Why they mean so much? Why they stick with us? And what they say about the way we connect, not just to games, but to ourselves. In the world of entertainment, the most powerful tool is immersion. How deeply we attach to something can make or break a great story. Characters are the driving force behind this. They move the narrative forward and shape our feelings. Video games tend to be more immersive because we take action. We just don't sit and stand by and watch everything happen. We are the main character. We decide where to go, still within the game's boundaries of course, but the control is ours. A common phenomenon in storytelling is that we, as the audience, project ourselves into the characters. We relate to their feelings, their actions, and their struggles. But in games, this is so much more powerful. Some games let us create a version of ourselves and live an incredible adventure. Others tell a story that resonates, because we felt something similar before. This is the main reason we grow attached to the game characters. They feel real at times, sharing struggles that mirror our own. And unlike movies or books, we spend dozens, sometimes hundreds of hours with them. That time builds familiarity, almost like a friendship. We bond over shared experience in the gaming world. It's this strange feeling, spending so much time with a character or watching them face challenge, seeing how they handle their issues, that make us grow closer. Often we feel the need to protect them. For example, Ellie from The Last of Us is like a sister I never had. I want to protect her. I grieve with her. I grew with her. Another example is Geralt from the Witcher trilogy. He's a character I grew close to, not just because of his story, but because of the choices I made as him. Someone who isn't even human and supposedly emotionless often feels more caring and warm than many real people. These little moments are what we remember at the end of the day, and what we hold on to. Now, another thing that builds this connection is empathy. Playing as a character, understanding their feelings, make us feel like we're part of their life. In some games, it's like having a friend who's venting, no filter, no curtain. Sometimes we even hear their thoughts. That opens a door we don't often get in real life, creating a more intimate bond. Like I briefly mentioned before, player agency is a big deal. The more input the player has, the more it feels like our story, or like we're living alongside the characters. One of my favorite games is Mass Effect. I will never forget the bonds I made with my crew because of the choices I made. Who to date, how to treat them, how to solve their conflicts. Garrus, a non-existent alien, feels like a friend who was there for me during their adventure and during a rough time in my life. Life is Strange is another choice-driven game that creates that feeling. Max feels like a dorky, cool and warm-hearted friend who's always there for you. Someone who would hug you when you need it. It is wild to think that something not real can sometimes give us more than real life. But that's one of the reasons games are so powerful. They're an escape, but they can also bring us closer to something we need. I talk about this in other videos, but the power of our memories play a huge role in how we connect. We remember moments with friends and family because of how they made us feel, and video games characters are no different. How many of us finished a game years ago during a tough period in our lives, and now that game marks that moment? Those characters became symbols of what we went through, how we handle it, and even how we were back then. For example, Sonic Adventure is one of my favorite childhood games. It helped me through my first year of school. Sonic to me was a friend who never gave up, no matter the odds. Especially for a kid that had divorced parents, Sonic was the hero I needed. I already mentioned Mass Effect, but it was there for me during my teenage years. Garrus is like a friend I didn't have at the time. Liara, because of my choices, felt like someone I could rely on, someone I could be vulnerable with. Also, Assassin's Creed was there for me in my teenage years, and I created a huge bond with Altair and Ezio for the same reasons. Memories will always play a huge role in making characters stay with us. Sometimes remembering a moment in life brings back the nostalgia of playing that game, almost like reliving it. Seeing a character who was there during that time feels like coming home. Another huge point that I can make about this is how I played Ocarina of Time when I was an adult, and that stuck with me in a particular moment of my life when I was living abroad, and it reminded me how I was and how it felt as a child. For that reason, Link is one of my favorite characters of all time. Even if it's fictional, you and that character went through a journey together, and your emotions are forever linked to that experience and will never let go. So far, most of what makes us remember comes from how characters are written and how engaging the story is. But another element in game design that makes a character stick is downtime. I like to call downtime the moments when the main character takes a break from high-stakes action and everything slows down. Like in Expedition 33, where after pushing the plot forward, the characters return to the camp and talk about what happened. Or in games where you just walk and talk, fish, or sit by a bonfire. These moments humanize characters and let them express what's really going on inside. In Heavy Rain, the calm moments let you hear characters' thoughts. In Red Dead Redemption, sitting around a campfire leads to a quieter, heartfelt conversations. These simple moments are powerful because they are so human. The player chooses to take those actions, and in doing so, forms a deeper connection. It's not a big dramatic moment that makes us fall in love with characters, it's the quiet ones, the moments where they feel just as lost, or tired, or hopeful as we do. Combine that with the strong voice acting and animation, and the wall between the player and character breaks down even further. Although they aren't real, they feel real. They are there when we need them, they stay because we care. They stay because they mirror who we are and who we want to be. They give us experience we can't always have in real life. They give us space to feel what to feel and to feel ourselves through them. They're the brother we never had, the father we wish we had, the friend we didn't know we needed. They stay because we choose to let them stay. They may not be real, but the emotions they stir in us absolutely are. And even if they aren't physically here, they are often more present than most people we've met. They may only exist in pixels and polygons, but the way they make us feel is completely real. Those characters become part of our story, our memories, and maybe even part of who we are. This is another episode of The Whys of Gaming. Now I want to hear from you. Which video game characters has stuck with you the most, and why? Share your story in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so we can keep exploring the ways games connect with us, shape us, and sometimes even save us. Thank you for watching. See you next time.